Hello everyone, I hope all of you are fine. My name is Shubham and today we'll be discussing about the NCERT back exercise questions. So we'll try to cover it in one video if possible. So let's start. Question number 1 says, it says a piece of wire of resistance R is cut into 5 equal parts. These parts are then connected in parallel. If the equivalent resistance of the combination is R dash, then the ratio of R upon R dash is. So what has been given to us, a wire has a resistance R. So it means the length would be L and resistance is R. It is divided into 5 equal parts. So 5 equal parts would be having resistance 1/5 of the total resistance. It means if the total wire is having resistance R, each part will be having resistance R by 5. I hope you are getting this point. So if the resistance R by 5 resistors of resistance R by 5 is connected in parallel. This is in parallel. So equivalent resistance would be 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. You remember the formula? So this was the formula. 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 till 1 upon R5. We already put the value for all these resistances, and if we calculate this value, the resistance comes out to be R dash as R by 25. You can check the calculation part. Okay. If the resistance R dash is coming out to be R by 25, so R dash upon R would be 25. So option number first, it means option D would be correct. So this will be your answer, that is option number D. Okay. So this is your second question. Which of the following terms does not represent the electrical power in a circuit? We have all the formula for electrical powers. P is equal to VI. This we learned in our notes. Okay. So P is equal to VI, we have to take which does not represent the electrical power. According to Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. If we put the value for V as IR, it will be IR into I. So it will be I square into R. Okay. So I square into R is true, so this won't be the option. Of course, VI is also true. This won't be the option. This is also true. P is equal to V square upon R. You can refer your previous videos. We derived this formula. P is equal to V square upon R. So this won't be the answer as well. So option number B would be true. I into R square. Okay. So question number 3 says an electric bulb is rated. This is the voltage given to us, and this is the power. 100 watt and 220 volt. When it is operated at 110 volt, the power consumed will be. We clearly know that power has the formula in terms of V and R as P is equal to V square upon R. From this formula, this is the formula, P is equal to V square upon R. R would be V square upon P. So in this expression, we have initially V as 220 volt and power as 100 volt. First of all, we will be calculating the value for resistance as 484 volt. Now the resistance of the bulb will remain constant if we change the voltage. As you can clearly see that we have changed the voltage. Now this bulb will be operating at 110 volt. So when we will change the voltage, if we calculate the power will be again equal to V square upon R. Voltage now has been changed to 110 and resistance we have already calculated from this formula. When we will apply these two values in the equation, the final answer would come out to be 25 volts. So option number D is correct. Now next question is two conductive wires of same material and of equal lengths and equal diameters first connected in series. First they have been connected in series and then they have been connected in parallel across the same potential difference. So this point you need to take care that the potential difference is same. Okay. The ratio of heat produced in series and parallel is given by. We have to calculate the ratio for heat produced in series and parallel. While calculating the heat produced in series and parallel, we need to first calculate the equivalent resistance in both the cases, means resistance in series and resistance in parallel we need to calculate. So it has been taken that R is the resistance of each wire when they are connected in parallel. So resistance of each would be 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So this will be 1 upon RP is equal to 2 upon R. So RP would come out to be R by 2. I hope this is clear. When they would be connected in series, so resistances in series is simply the sum of R1 plus R2, so it will be 2R. Same potential difference is already given to us, so heat produced is given by the formula H is equal to, there are 2 or 3 formulas in the same way as heat. We will apply this formula H is equal to V square upon R into T, because these are the expressions or these are the values that have been given to us in terms of resistance, voltage and time. So this is how we have put these in the equation V square upon Rs into T, this is the heat produced in series, and V square upon Rp into T, this is the heat produced in parallel. Ultimately all of these things would get cancelled. V square would be cancelled by V square and time would be cancelled by time. This Rp would go into the numerator and Rs would come out in the denominator. Rp is calculated as R by 2 and Rs is calculated as 2R, so final answer would be 1:4. So heat produced in series and parallel would be 1:4. It means our option C is correct. Next is, how is voltmeter connected in a circuit to measure the potential difference? Voltmeter is always connected in parallel, this we have to remember. So it is a one word line. Voltmeter is always connected in parallel and ammeter is always connected in series. I'll write it here as well so that you can note down in your copies as well. Note these points, that an emitter is always connected in series and voltmeter is connected in parallel. Okay. So in question number 6 there is a lot of calculation, so I suggest you do it carefully. What has been given to us is copper wire of diameter 0.5 mm and resistivity. Resistivity means rho has been given to us. What will be the length of the wire to make the resistance as this much? Now we know that the formula for resistance of a wire is given by R is equal to rho L upon A, where rho is the resistivity and this is the formula, where rho is the resistivity and L is the length and A is the cross sectional area. Okay. So resistivity has been given to us as 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8. We'll simply put the value. Resistance is also given to us. Resistance has been 10 ohm. Radius of wire is 0.2 divided by 2, that is 0.25 mm or this much meter. You should always remember that 1 meter is equal to 1000 mm. So whenever we have to calculate, or whenever we have to rather what you can say, find the value for meter in mm, we'll multiply it by 1000, but in this case mm has to be converted into meter, so we'll divide it by 1000. After dividing we'll get this value 0.025. So cross sectional area of a circle would be pi r square. Radius has been already found, so this will be the cross sectional area. When you put all these values in this equation, means the resistance would be taken as 10 ohm. Rho is already given to us, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8. L has been L is to be found, and cross sectional area we have already calculated. So when you will put all these values in the above equation, you will easily get the length as this. बस एक चीज का ध्यान रखना, वो है इस क्वेश्चन की कैलकुलेशन. The calculation part of this question is a bit tough, so be careful with that. Rest all is fine. It is a direct formula based question. ठीक है. The next part of this question is, if the diameter or radius is doubled, the new radius would be this much, which has been given to us. Area would be again pi r square, which is already given. So new resistance would be R dash is equal to rho L upon A. Rho is the resistivity which will remain constant, means the same value would be put. Length we have already calculated in the first part, from here it will be put here, and cross sectional area is this much that we have just calculated. After calculating the value for resistance, means the final resistance or the new resistance, it will come out to be 2.5 ohm. It means initially the resistance of this conductor was 10 ohm if the radius of wire was this much, and if we double the radius, so the resistance would surely decrease. As you can clearly see, earlier it was 10 ohm and now it is 2.5 ohm. Okay, let's proceed to the next question. But before that, you should also keep in mind that R dash upon R means final resistance or upon initial resistance, that is 2.5:10. It means the final resistance is 1/4 of the initial resistance, or the new resistance becomes 1/4 of the initial resistance. This was what was to be calculated. The new resistance will become 1/4, 1/4 times the original resistance. So this was the calculation part, or rather a simple one. Next is the values for current flowing in a given resistor and corresponding values for potential difference across these are given. We have to plot the graph in this question. Resistance value, current values and potential values have been given to us, and we have to calculate the resistance. Now we know that V is equal to IR from Ohm's law. So R would be V upon I. From here we'll calculate our resistance. So this is the way to put the values or to plot the values. this you have learnt in your 9th class as well. You can clearly see in the graph. You can take a reasonable scale if you want, and we can calculate the value. And one more thing that you have to remember, that is you have to calculate the resistance by the slope, and slope means change in value with respect to change in value for y-axis with respect to the change in values for x-axis. So the slope of this line will give us the resistance. It means whenever we plot a graph between voltage and current, these are the two values, means whenever we plot a graph between voltage and current, slope will give us the resistance. Slope means this is this part, how this graph is behaving. So slope will give us the resistance part. But what important thing that you need to keep in mind in this is, while plotting the graph between potential difference and current, you need to have potential difference at y-axis. Here I'll write as well. You need to have potential difference on y-axis and current on x-axis. Then it will give the resistance. But in this case, or in this graph, the current has been taken on y-axis and voltage has been taken on x-axis, as you can clearly see. So which means if the graph between voltage at y-axis and current at x-axis will give us the value for resistance, but in this case the current has been taken as y-axis and voltage has been taken at x-axis, so it won't give us the value for resistance, but it will give us the reciprocal of resistance, as you can clearly see. मतलब अगर हम वोल्टेज को वाई एक्सिस पे लेंगे और करंट को एक्स एक्सिस पे लेंगे तो अपने पास स्लोप रेजिस्टेंस देगा, बट उसके उल्टा अगर हम करंट को वाई एक्सिस पे लेंगे और वोल्टेज को एक्स एक्सिस पे लेंगे तो रेजिस्टेंस नहीं देगा, वो रेजिस्टेंस का रेसिप्रोकल देगा, मतलब 1 अपॉन रेजिस्टेंस देगा. ठीक है, सो दिस थिंग यू नीड टू कीप इन माइंड. 1 अपॉन रेजिस्टेंस वुड बी change in y upon change in x, so it will be 2 upon 6.8. I hope this is clear. So resistance would be 6.8 divided by 2. What you have to do is you just have to calculate the difference between any two values. You can take any two values as the difference. Like in this case, it has been taken as the difference of 10.2 minus 3.4. So what we'll do is 10.2 minus 3.4, it will be 6.8 divided by change in I, 3 minus 1. Okay, in this way we will calculate the value for slope, change in values for voltage divided by change in values for current. I am repeating it again. Do not get confused with the fact that we have taken current on the y-axis. If we will take current on the y-axis, it will always be the reciprocal of resistance, and if we'll take voltage on y-axis, it will be the same. So this aspect or this part that I have solved here is by taking voltage on y-axis. So above, in the numerator part, it will be the difference of y coordinates, and in the denominator part it will be the difference of x coordinate. Unlike here, in the numerator part it has been the difference for x coordinates and means current, and in the denominator part it has been the difference for the voltage. ठीक है, तो जो अपना y एक्सिस पे आएगा ना, उसका डिफरेंस न्यूमरेटर में आएगा. यहाँ पे हमने y एक्सिस पे वोल्टेज लिया है तो इसका डिफरेंस न्यूमरेटर में आ गया. यहाँ पे हमने y एक्सिस पे करंट लिया हुआ है तो इसका डिफरेंस न्यूमरेटर में आ गया. करंट का डिफरेंस 3 माइनस 1 2 आ जाएगा ना, जो हमने न्यूमरेटर पे लिया है. इन द सेम वे यहाँ पे वोल्टेज का डिफरेंस 6.8 आएगा. सो डू वॉच दीज 7 क्वेश्चंस. विल कंटिन्यू इट इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. थैंक यू.